Alright guys, so today I'm gonna challenge myself that I'm gonna play Clash Royale until one of my opponent managed to defeat me. And you can judge by the duration of the video that I was on a pretty long winning streak. Alright, so this is our first match. Now, this is one of the deck. I'm pretty sure you must have tried Trophy Road, right? And if you are one of those guys who has tried a number of decks from top players and you are still unable to find out what exactly is needed to get the victory, because it's really tough to get through their opponents, because either they have evolved cards or either they have maxed out cards, then I'm assuming that if you just have good enough level on the cards that I'm going to use in this deck, you're actually going to do fine. Alright, so in case you just want to, you can just copy paste and try out this deck by yourself. But in case you want to actually see how I myself play this deck against various of opponents, then you can stay and I will tell you exactly what I did to get that long streak. Alright, this is like raw gameplay. I'm not gonna edit it out. So right now the gameplay is started, and unless one of my opponent beats me, the gameplay is gonna be in a continuous non-edited manner. There will not be any jump. I think there will not be jump edits. Nothing will be there. It's like raw gameplay as I was seeing in front of my mobile screen. Alright, so I think we were able to clearly defeat the P.E.K.K.A. Still, I think the P.E.K.K.A. got one hit on the tower, right? Alright, so this is really unfortunate, because right now he's just gonna have Electro Dragon and Inferno Dragon. The problem with that is I always have my Skeleton Barrel to defeat them, right? Okay, so the first bad thing, like, he should have never let me connect with the Skeleton Bomber. Skeleton Giant holding that bomb in his hand. He should have never let me connect to the tower. That was his first mistake. Alright, I think I'm gonna defend, yeah, I'm gonna defend the Electro Wizard without taking any hits on my flying machine. So far so good, right? Okay, so this is exactly what I'm talking about. So right now I think I'm gonna use Magic Archer, right? I think I don't need to use anything now, right? Okay, so I'm gonna use the Skeleton Giant. Alright, then I will try to pull that P.E.K.K.A. by using my Fisherman, I guess. Also, I need to get rid of everything behind him, right? Okay, I think, you know what, I think placing the Giant there is not a bad idea. Right. If I have placed my Fisherman a little earlier, my Giant Skeleton could have survived. Alright. So it was actually unfortunate. I was actually hoping that the Magic Archer will, engage his army on the left line, but it just completely ignored it. Good thing is I got the tower. So that means now I have two towers and he only has one. So now I can jump to attack his main tower, and you can see he's already angry. Okay, so that's the game, I guess. Alright, I was not really paying attention to the countdown there. So second game, as you can see, no skip, nothing, no editing here. Alright. I always like to start my match with some kind of funny emotes. Just to get that idea that what kind of people they like, what kind of opponent I'm facing. Is it like, are they someone who's gonna cry if I beat them, or are they actually gonna enjoy? And actually, most people who are like don't have this maxed out card and they really are having good gameplay, they are placing the cards good, I think you learn a lot of them, lot of things from them. Alright, so now because he already used his log, that's the reason why I place my skeleton guards there, because I know that now he will have nothing else to get rid of that guard. Alright, so now I think I used my evolved, yeah, the Magic Archer dies there, but the good thing is the flying machine connected to the tower, so it's gonna be a lot of damage, right? So clearly my elixir is like, I'm really low on elixir right now, right? But the good thing is I am making sure that he doesn't get the elixir advantage either. I'm in this particular game, you can clearly see I'm pushing both of the lanes, and with this particular deck it's also very easy to push both of the lanes. You can just have Magic Archer clearly on one side and you can just push the other side, like with Fisherman, Guards, or Skeleton Barrel, things like that. And if your opponent made the mistake of completely ignoring that magic archer, you can do such a good damage there. Alright, so that cannon is gonna die. I think my skeleton will not make it, which is alright. You know, you don't always have to make sure that the giant skeleton reaches the tower. If it reaches, you can use clone and get rid of the tower. But even if it doesn't, you can just use it to clear the troops behind there, on their side, basically. So I think this is the second time he got the fireball value on my tower as well as on my troops, right? So now from this point on, I'm actually gonna be pretty cautious about how I place my troops to not let him have the fireball value. Obviously, because the tower locked on to my giant skeleton and is gonna act like a tank here, I used my skeleton barrel, which is good, I think. You see, that hog rider placement was really bad. He placed it right on the ticking bomb, right? So it's really unfortunate that he had this, whatever this evolved cannon ability is, but the problem is I'm gonna have clone now. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm gonna have clone now. He can do nothing about that. He can do nothing to save the tower. It's done. It's done. Alright. Second game in the back. And you can clearly see I was not even struggling. For most part of this game, I was continuously on my paddle. I was completely like pushing him to defend my troops. Either that he was not able to have any offense. I think the only winning condition on his deck was the Hog Rider, and he was not able to use that Hog Rider because my fisherman was pulling it away, and I was placing troops in between the towers and the Hog Rider to make sure that he doesn't reaches the tower. Alright, so I could have used guards here, to save up my fisherman, but you know what, I thought that just because he used a firecracker on that side, like that behind is their tower, they must be cooking something, but they didn't for some reason. And I think they will have zap. Yeah, okay, so they have arrows, which is not bad. Arrows also cost you 3 elixir, right? And my skeleton barrel also cost you 3 elixir, so it's basically no elixir advantage there. Alright, my guards, obviously I place them like that, so when my fisherman pulls that hog rider, the guards will act like kind of like an obstacle, and the hog rider have to make his way through them, and that's why it will take him longer to reach the tower. Alright, so I think I'm gonna defend it pretty good. You know, but the problem is, if he had anything to like push on the other lane, like mini P.E.K.K.A or something, if he had pushed the other lane with mini P.E.K.K.A, I would have nothing to defend myself with. But I'm assuming they were also low on elixir. Okay, so I placed the barrel really high because I really don't want him to put something in between the barrel and the magic archer. I wanted them to try to save the tower with the barrel first, and then my magic archer being behind, he can get the chip damage on their troops. Alright, so I have to be careful about the mini P.E.K.K.A and the Mega Knight. I think that those are the only two troops I'm actually gonna be worried about. The good thing is I always have fishermen to pull the mini P.E.K.K.A, guards to distract them. The Hog Rider is not having anything there, really. Like, just look at it. One hit, but it's okay because now I'm gonna have such a good army forming behind that skeleton, and just like that I pushed it for like both of the sides. So obviously he has this evolved Mega Knight, but I'm just gonna use my clone, and believe me guys, clone with that bomb, like just dropping that bomb just right there, it's crazy. Okay, so even though they have all those ability and everything else, they won't be able to have any offense here. And I'm pretty sure the only thing they could do now is to use his Hog Rider on the left flank. But the problem is they will not have, and like they won't have time to do that. Right. Again. So I won this match, and it was not even tough. Like if you have noticed, since the past 3 matches, I was not even struggling a bit. I was not even sweating, guys. Like it's that easy. All you need to do is to make sure that you don't give them any chance to form an army. In case they are able to form an army, just use your giant skeleton clone combo on your flying machine, your barrel, or your magic archer to get rid of everything, and just push with skeleton barrel. It's like skeleton barrel is gonna be your win condition. One like I can also find the drawbacks in this deck, right? So one drawback of this deck is that you have nothing that can target the tower directly. That is the problem, and that's that's I think one of the reasons why I lost the final match of this video, because they had something they were directly they were like continuously damaging my tower, and I was not able to get through their army. Even though I was able to hold their army back, not letting it connect to my tower, but they had a win condition which were directly targeting my tower. Okay, so just like that, a clone placement, like my first clone on the game, I am pretty sure they were not expecting it, and it just took everything else there. Like the tower is done. There is nothing they can do at this point. The tower is done. I'm gonna take care of that firecracker, I'm pretty sure. And for some reason, even after all of this, they thought that they can defend it, which is, I think, it's what should I say? It's almost like that. There is nothing they can do now, unless and until they have a golem or something that they're gonna form a great army behind them. I'm pretty sure they can do nothing else at this point. I can just use everything else, like little chip away damage, and the tower is done. But I think, yeah, it's really I'm not getting that word. Like I don't know. I completely forgot that word. Okay. So I think it's gonna be our 5th match, right? Right. So Mega Knight. Okay. You know, the worst thing about this is I didn't had my fisherman here, but the good thing is I will be able to defend it pretty good. Right. I think I'm gonna use my no. Okay, so I think now I'm gonna push him. Right. The good thing is my flying machine was able to connect. Yeah, it was finally able to lock onto that witch. Okay. So far so good. I could have used my clone there, but you know what? Sometimes it's actually best to preserve that clone for like a surprising element right there. Like I didn't want it to disclose the clone, because that way they won't, like, they will be expecting it, right? And you know, the first time you play your clone, you don't have to preserve it like for the last play of your game, but sometimes it's best to keep it as a surprise to your opponent. Now I could have simply used that clone, and then there would have been 2 bombs on the main tower, the king tower, but I decided not to do it. And this time I actually placed my guards really good, like surrounding the Mega Knight, so it took him longer to finally get rid of them. Alright, so I'm really not worried about the tower being done there, because I'm pretty sure I have a I'm really in a good situation and I have a win condition here. Unfortunately, the Princess Towers and the witch did not log on to my flying machine, so my flying machine will help me get rid of that witch. Right. I think I'm gonna use my fisherman. Right. I think this is my first time countering that baller with a fisherman. Yeah. No, maybe it's my second time. I don't know. Like a lot of player uses baller right now. Okay. Now look at my placement of Magic Archer. I placed it like at an angle. You know why? Because I know exactly. I actually tried to estimate where, like, if they try to stop my army, where would they place their troops? And that way, when the Magic Archer is trying to trying to hit them with his magic arrow, it actually goes through them to the tower. So sometimes, like, it's not. I'm not gonna suggest you, but sometimes placing the Magic Archer at an angle, than just like straight in a straight line, or in a perpendicular line, in a parallel line to the bridge. Sometimes putting them at an angle actually gives you more value, especially if you are able to use them to connect to the tower. Alright, so just like that, and if I had I think 2 or 3 seconds more, I would have taken the king tower as well. Not like I needed it. Alright, so that is, I think, our 5th game. I'm assuming I forgot the counting, I guess. I'm assuming it's 5th game. Alright. Okay. By the way, um, Royal Hogs are really good cards. Like it's a really good card. You just need to play it right. I think I'm gonna give you a spoiler. The final match that I actually lost was because they had a win condition of Royal Hogs and they were continuously able to chip away at my tower. That was the only reason I lost, and obviously because I could not get through their army. Okay, so obvious play from me here. I'm gonna use my guards to. I think the fisherman was really unnecessary there. I shouldn't have placed it. I think I was afraid that maybe they will use some evolved properties of their knight and he will be able to get rid of the guard. So that's why I placed that fisherman there. But seems like he didn't use. They didn't use it. Okay, so I'm gonna use my flying machine to get rid of that princess. I think I'm gonna go with my barrel. This is one of my favorite combo, by the way. Just skeleton barrel and the fish or the flying machine behind it. Right. I think they defeated me. They defended it pretty well. But I will be able to defend the electro resort and I think the barbarian barrel. Right. Now we have what I'm gonna do. Okay, I think I'm gonna do right. I think this was yeah. This is one of the bad decisions I made during this match. I shouldn't have let it connect this much. I shouldn't have done that. But the thing is, I actually wanted to place my skeleton giant. I could have used my I think maybe like a fisherman there. I just think the fisherman wouldn't have helped it that much. I really wanted to use my giant because look at this. You know what I did at that moment? I didn't use clone to get both of the bombs onto the tower. No, but I use my clone so that I can push the giant towards that tower, right? And he like the clone actually pushed him towards the tower, right? So that tower is gone. All right. I think I will be able to get rid of the princess. Yeah. See, the fisherman is not really helpful, especially against royal hogs. It's just not. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use my giant skeleton, right? Oh my god, they are very desperate at this point. It seems like they just want to take the tower, they just don't want anything else. Alright. I could have used my arrows there, but I think I'm gonna go with a big push here. So that's why I was trying to save it. Alright, alright. Now I think at this point I realized that if I just place my magic archer at an angle, I would have gotten so much value there. So I think in my next placement, I will try to place it at an angle. Maybe not this time, maybe next time. Alright, alright. Oh my god. You know what? I think this is the match where I actually lost. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the match where I lost. I don't remember it, but yeah. He's like they are really playing good. Like they are trying to get rid of that magic archer by using that barbarian barrel. Alright, oh my god. I think it will connect, right? Yeah, I think it will connect. Alright. I think guys I found the match. I think this is the match where I will finally lose, right? Because they have like if you can clearly see, they are completely defending my army, not letting the barbarian barrel connect, and no, sorry, the giant skeleton connect. And obviously because there is so much going on their side, there's nothing I can do with my barbarian barrel. So I was not even placing it. I think this was my mistake. I should have started placing the barbarian barrel, skeleton barrel, on like yeah, on the edge of their tower, right? On their side. The I think the position where they are placing their Tesla, I should have even started to place my skeleton barrel there to push their army to lock onto that barrel, and that way my giant skeleton and everything can get a little closer. So I think this is the point when I finally realized that the royal hogs are gonna do so much damage. I think I should have used my arrows here. Yeah, it was it was not a good play from me. I should have used arrows here. Oh my god, I think I panicked here, guys. I really did. Okay, I should have used the arrows there to get rid of both of the princes, everything behind, between the witch, all the skeletons. I should have done that. Alright, so I got my defeat, right? But let me tell you, I have more than 9 consecutive wins. Obviously, to keep the video short, I didn't include everything else. I only included the last 9 matches because I was playing against at a higher trophy, right? So I was playing against, I'm assuming, better players. I just wanted to have you an idea about better players. That's why. All right, so I think that is all gonna be today. I hope you enjoy the video and I hope you have learned something. The idea is very simple. You need to make sure that if you can do it, it's not, I'm not gonna say you have to do this in every single match, but if you can do it, try to push them on both sides. Barrel flying machine combo on one side and a simple, I think, guards and magic archer combo on the other side. In case you are not being able to do that, just use your giant skeleton, try to save it up, and still being able to defeat their army, and then try to use flying machine, barrel, or magic archer. Sometimes it is advisable to place the magic archer at an angle, not parallel to the bridge, but like little tilted, so that way they can connect directly through the troops to the tower. So that is all going to be for my advice. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you stayed this late into the video, thank you. Please subscribe. If you are able to, let's say, if you yourself try to take on the challenge, and if you get more than 3 victories, uh, please like the video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.